Noches a todos. Estamos aquí afuera de La Salette. Hi, good evening. We're outside La Salette School. And who's here? The students! Woo! What do we want? ¿Qué queremos? Igualdad. What do we want? Justicia. ¿Qué queremos? Igualdad. Estamos aquí porque estamos cansados de la Junta Educativa. We are here because we are tired of the school board because they are not listening to our students. I want to give the mic to one of our students who was present yesterday and provided feedback and was disappointed at how the school board voted for this proposal. Do any of you students want to speak about what happened yesterday? You?
A mí no me gusta como quieren. A mí no me gusta como quieren cerrar nuestras escuelas. A mí no me gusta para nada, porque yo amo esta escuela.
Talk into the microphone. Talk into the microphone.
Yo no quiero que cierre mi escuela porque yo amo la escuela aquí y tengo muchos amigos. Y si yo me iba a ir a otra escuela ya no voy a tener nada de amigos. Y aquí siento como es mi casa. Y en otra escuela no, pues no voy a sentir como es mi casa. Y por eso yo no quiero que vaya a otra escuela.
Kimberly? Gracias. Let's go. Woohoo! You can do it. Wow.
I'm really,
Talk into the microphone. Put it close to
I'm
the
really sad how it's gonna close my CCS, and MTU. So that means I'm gonna have to keep skipping more school. And my 6th grade, I'm gonna miss all the memories I had there, meeting my friends. And guess what? Probably my friendship's gonna end with my friendship is gonna end because all of us are probably gonna go to different schools. Because one of my friends are going to Sparks because they're forced to, and then me and my other friend's gonna go to I don't know what it's called, but we're gonna go to another school. So that means we're gonna have to like break up our friendship. And I don't really want that to happen because I get attached very easily, and it's gonna be really hard for me to go.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Kimberly. And what she is saying is that yesterday night at 1:30 in the morning, the school board voted to close down 4 schools. Even after dozens, probably 200 parents, kids were there present protesting against this proposal. And you had kids like Kimberly and many others who are going to be directly impacted, and yet they still continue to do this, right? So what are we doing here? We're telling our story. We're telling the story of Kimberly and many other students because the school district has refused to listen to the community. And so we are here so that the community can hear us, so that we can provide our side of the story. Because they keep saying that what we are saying is misinformation. And that is not true. That is gaslighting all of us here today. So I think a lot of the parents, a lot of the community wants to move forward with recalling potentially Christine Salazar and Nancy Loera, 2 of the board members who voted for this.
Yeah.
A sacarlas. Let's recall them. Recall, 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 recall. I want to give the mic to one of the parents who hasn't spoken before. Le quiero dar el micrófono a una mamá o a un papá que no ha hablado antes, por favor.
Yeah.
Bixby, yeah.
Bixby parent here. I just want to say how I'm proud of everyone for being here because it's hard. It's emotionally draining. And happy Veterans Day. I know everyone had plans, but we're out here fighting for our kids. I'm sad and disappointed on how the district talks to each other. They were so disrespectful. It was amazing. I've never seen anything like that. It was a circus show in there. How can I trust you guys to make the right decision for my kids when you guys are up there acting a fool? Okay? That was good entertainment, guys. I applaud you for that, because it was insane. I'm disappointed that you guys don't go to the schools yourself and talk to the kids, the teachers, the parents. Maybe explain to them better what it is exactly you want to do and why it's going to benefit them. Maybe come and take the kids yourself personally to the other schools and see how they react. Or start transitioning slower. Maybe make a better together type of thing and show them the school and say, hey, this is my plan for you guys. Not just saying like, oh, here we go, we're gonna close it and that's it. That's so disrespectful, you guys. Yeah, I was just really sad. And I haven't even shared exactly what's going on with my son because it makes him really upset, you know, and this is a really hard time for parents. So stand together, let's keep fighting. It's gonna be a long one. Thank you. Save Bixby.
Save Bixby! Save Bixby! Save Bixby! Save Bixby! Thank you so much. And this is really about educational equity, right? You have these other schools on the other side of our district in Hacienda Heights and the Wilson Quad who are blue ribbon schools. They get awards, have different programs. This Wedgeworth School, who has now, they've put over $70 million into this school. What about schools in La Puente? What about these schools that are going to be closed down, right? So it's about asking for fairness and making sure that our students here on Valinda and La Puente have the resources necessary to succeed, right? Yesterday, they talked about consolidating the schools because this is the way we're going to have resources, by consolidating and closing the schools. That is not a solution, in my opinion. We have to keep the schools open. And I think the pathway to do that is going to be to recall Christine Salazar and Nancy Loera. We're going to have to organize massively, asking parents, knocking on doors, asking for signatures, and making sure that they go and we revert this decision.
Yes.
I want to bring another parent. Quiero que hable otra mamá o papá porque este momento es de los niños y de la mamá y papá.
Hello, my name is Selena Castillo. I'm representing La Salette. What they were saying at the board, I think, is ridiculous because she said that La Salette is not a school that is closing. Hell yes, it is. They're closing our middle school. What does that mean? It's closing. It's closing a middle school. It's not. I know it's not closing the whole school, but it's closing half our school. That is middle school. So I don't know how you guys say that we're not educated and we know how exactly how it is. Recuperation. I feel like that does not mean closing the schools. You know, I don't know why they put that. If you guys would have said we're closing this school, this school, this school, then a lot of parents would know about it. A lot of parents from here, from La Salette, didn't even knew about it. You know, and it's really upsetting because they're saying that they send a lot letters, they surveys, and where's that surveys? Where's those letters? A lot of the parents didn't receive in our school. Even our principal didn't even know about it until we told her. Yes. This is really upsetting that they're saying that they told the community when they usually didn't tell the community about this. And also, how does Ms. Loera knows how our kids feel about leaving their school, about closing their school? She's not a kid. She doesn't know how our kids feel. As a parents, we know. And it's very upsetting and sad that she supposedly we voted for her and she's not doing nothing for the kids. She's saying that she cares about kids, but she doesn't. And by yesterday's board meeting, what she said, it was really upsetting. And also, Cristina Salazar, you're saying that we need to respect you, but you cannot respect Miss Serrano. You stopped her. You didn't give her the opportunity to speak. But Mr. Kwok right there had a long conversation. Didn't even make sense. We didn't even know what he was talking about it. And she just kept letting him talk. When Miss Serrano had a point to arguments for us to not close our freaking school. Sorry for my language. But this is very, very upsetting that they're separating a lot of siblings because they don't want them together. And Ms. Salazar, you're destroying our La Puente community. And it's time to act and make our own district.
Thank you so much. Gracias. As you all can see, parents are passionate and kids are passionate because they are going to be directly impacted. Quiere hablar? Déjalo, it's okay. You want to say something? Yeah, okay. So how is the school gonna, why do you like your school? Why do you want to keep your school? Bixby.
I love Bixby.
Why do you love Bixby?
Cause this is very, cause it's very cool.
Yes.
You do it,
And the teachers are great. They're nice.
Yes, thank you.
Keep Dixie open.
Yes, keep Bixby.
Keep Bixby open forever.
Forever.
There we go. Round of applause.
Keep Bixby open. You want to say something? Okay.
Save our school. I don't want to be separate from my sister.
See, this is when you have, so at some of the schools, what they're proposing is moving the 6th grade out of the elementary school and putting it in middle school. So it'd only be first graders all the way to 5th grade, and then 6th, 7th, and 8th would be one middle school, right? So this means that potentially you have siblings who are going to be separated and they're no longer going to be in that same school. And yesterday I heard a lot of the parents who are really frustrated because they're going to have to now walk or like figure out a way to take their kids to school, to different schools, because they can't drive, right? So the district just dropped the ball here, and I hope that they reverse course. But we're going to give the mic to another student.
I have a question.
Okay, yeah, what's your question?
What they're gonna use the money for, anyways?
Right, that's a good question. What they're going to use the money for?
Make more apartments. Well, we don't need more apartments.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
already apartments next to I want like apartments building next to my. So there's like apartments. They're like building apartments next to my house instead of like.
Yeah.
Instead of making like a, because we barely even have like swimming pools, and we have to like drive like how long, Mom? We have to drive all the way to Pasadena just to go to the swimming pool.
That's a really interesting topic that Kimberly raised, is that let's say they close down these schools, right? What are they going to do with the property, right? That's where the contractors come in and they do this luxury housing, and it's the excuse of, oh, we need affordable housing. But yes, I think we do need affordable housing, right? But when you give it to developers to build luxurious housing, then that's not a solution. But let's give the mic to Elke, a parent here in our community.
Elke!
So I've been going to board meetings for the past 4 years, and the district has been gaslighting the community for a very long time. I myself have had issues with the board, with the district. They only reached out to about 1% of the parents of the entire district for their feedback. And they're saying that that was sufficient. 1%. So, you know, for them to be at the board meeting saying that they did all this outreach and they, you know, had all these meetings. I don't know when those meetings were because I didn't know about all those meetings that they claim to have had. But it's just untrue. And it was not sufficient. They are restricting people from speaking at the board meetings. Christine Salazar, whenever you say something that she does not agree with, she starts talking over you, and she stops you from speaking, and she cuts off your mic. I asked for translation at the board meeting in October on the 26th, and I had requested in advance, as we are supposed to, and they confirmed it. And then when I got there, they didn't have the translator. And she told me, well, we don't have a translator, so you're gonna have to change your speech. I said, no, I'm not gonna change my speech. I'm gonna read what I had planned because it's not my fault you did not have the translator, and nobody informed me otherwise. So I told her I would translate my speech after I spoke, since they didn't have the translator. But instead of letting me translate the extra 30 seconds, she cut off my mic and had everyone leave and wanted me removed from the building just for asking for a translation. So then, you know, they sent everyone out and declared an unlawful assembly. They did that again to another parent at last night's board meeting. She went up in line, and when it was her turn to speak in Spanish, they told her, no, she can't speak right now because all the Spanish speakers have to go at the end, which is segregating the community. That's discrimination. There's no reason for someone who speaks Spanish to have to wait till the end to speak. It's very disappointing and upsetting that she claimed to be somebody different before when she was running, and now she is completely a puppet of the district and does whatever the district wants her to do. In addition, you know, I did file a complaint because they would not let me translate. So I filed a complaint after the board meeting, and they retaliated against me by having their attorney send me a cease and desist letter saying that I was hostile. And saying that they gave me 10 minutes to speak, which is a lie. Wow. They only gave me 2 minutes. And the whole letter was full of fabrications. So this is what they do. They try to threaten you. They try to intimidate you. And they've been doing this for as long as I can remember. They did that to me 4 years ago when an employee was being abusive towards me. And instead of dealing with the situation, they try to silence me and they kick me out of the district. I was used to work in the district as a contracted employee. So this is what they do. It's a pattern, and we need to stand up now as a group and say we won't stand for it anymore. It's not okay to be so disrespectful to the people that you're serving. And you know, their behavior last night towards Stephanie was horrible. You know, Christine, Gino, and Nancy, they all ganged up on her and wouldn't let her speak. Every time she would say something, they would claim she's off topic, even when she wasn't. Yet Gino talks about his youth in El Salvador and how he's a lawyer at every single board meeting, which has nothing to do with the board. But he gets to talk and talk about himself all the time. and that's okay. So that's all I have to say.
Thank you, Elvin.
And that's why we have a chant here. What is it? Cuac Jimenez Salazar Loera. Cuac Jimenez Salazar Loera. Otra vez fuerte. Cuac Jimenez Salazar Loera. Fuera, fuera. That's right. Enough is enough. I think the community has had enough. This has been a people's press conference. We want justice. We want justice. We want justice. We want justice. We want justice.
We want justice. We want justice. We want justice. We want justice. We want justice. We want justice. We want justice.
Thank you so much, everybody. This has been really great. And I think it's a celebration of, how much we can do if we're standing next to each other together, right, as a community. And I think they got it coming because all of us are going to organize and keep on pushing forward. I'm going to give the mic to, Adriana.
Adriana for board member.
Good evening, everyone. We have to remember who is the board's boss. Who elected them into office? We, the people. So they have to answer to us, not the administration. So we have to demand better representation. They have to have town halls, listen to what we have to say. That didn't happen in this case. So I asked about the outreach, and they said they had outreach. I was in one of the Zoom meetings, and they asked us about what do we like about the schools, what we would like to have in the future. They never mentioned schools closing. And when they had a town hall, they had it on one Saturday, 1 hour per high school. That is not sufficient time. That is not listening to the community. But it's time for the community to be tired of not being listened to. It's time for us to start demanding, start making phone calls, start writing emails, and start having protests like this. Enough is enough. Now, let me tell you about Wedgeworth. I've been around the district for a long time. I live in Hacienda Heights, and my daughters went to Wilson. We knew about the inequity between Hacienda Heights and La Puente, and us that live in Hacienda Heights, we didn't like it. So we've been fighting against this inequity. Now, what happened with Wedgeworth? The school district knew about the declining enrollment, but they decided to spend $70 million on building a school when Bixby is only a few blocks away. I mean, it was not necessary. All they had to do is transfer the kids from Wedgeworth to Bixby and save $70 million. How much money would we save?
$70 million.
So Bixby needs to stay open, and all the other schools. Now, when they tell us they want to close the schools, they don't tell us why. So last night's meeting, they had a presentation, a very detailed presentation. They presented that to the board, but again, who elected them into office?
We did.
So who needs to know? We the people. I asked board members to delay the process so that we could get more information. And also, I asked them to delay the process because there was a meeting with DTSC. They're going to be testing 11 schools for lead in the soil. Now, the first school that's going to be tested is Palm Elementary. Now, some of the kids from Los Robles that's going to close, they're going to be transferred to Palm Elementary. So why not wait until the testing? Because if high levels of lead are found there, then they're going to have to shut the school because they're going to have to clean up the soil. So there we go again. So it makes no sense to make a decision before you have the results from lead poisoning. So again, people, we need to continue this fight. Thank you.
Thank you, Adriana. Another parent here that wants to speak.
Buenas noches, yo estoy aquí para hablarles un poquito del programa Doble Inmersión. es en el que están mis hijos en Balinda. Ese programa se empieza desde kinder hasta el 8 grado. Los mismos niños que empezaron en kinder son los mismos que están ahorita en el 6º grado. Son los mismos que van brincando año con año. ¿Qué es lo que quiere hacer el distrito? Dice, nomás vamos a mover el 8 grado, pero están cerrando la escuela, están quitando Middle School, las quieren mandar a Grandview. ¿Qué va a pasar con el programa? Ellos dicen, se va a mover el programa junto con ellos. No todos los niños se van a ir a la escuela. No todos los niños se van a ir a la escuela Grandview. No todos van a seguir el programa. ¿Qué va a pasar más adelante? Cerrar, quitar el programa. El programa inglés-español, ¿qué nos hizo ayer con el español? ¿Y qué nos está haciendo con nuestro programa? ¿Quitarlo? ¿Cerrarlo? No nos vamos a dejar. Por eso es que estamos aquí en esta lucha y no vamos a parar. Ahora, dicen ellos que no hay problemas de dinero, que el problema es que no hay suficientes niños en la escuela. Mi pregunta es, ¿para qué construyeron 2 escuelas nuevas? Si saben que no hay niños. ¿Para qué hay escuelas nuevas? En lugar de gastar tantos millones en construir esas escuelas, ¿por qué no los usaron en mejorar las escuelas que ya tienen nuestros niños? En darles una mejor educación, en tener menos estudiantes para que aprovechen más y tengan una mejor educación. Yo soy un padre que siempre he luchado, siempre he estado y aquí voy a seguir con todos ustedes. Aquí estamos con este frío, ver los niños que estamos aquí sufriendo, pero es por una buena causa, porque no nos vamos a dejar. Tenemos voz y vamos a hacer valer nuestra voz, porque el pueblo unido
¡Jamás será vencido!
¿qué queremos?
¡Justicia!
¿Cuándo?
¡Ahora!
Juan Jiménez,
¡Fuera!
Cristín, Loera.
¡Fuera! ¡Fuera! ¡Fuera!
Muchas gracias. Thank you so much. Woohoo. Bravo, bravo. Bueno, no sé qué vamos a hacer, pero solo quiero decirles, yo no soy padre, pero mi hermana es madre y tengo un nephew, soy tío, y él tiene 2 años. I'm very protective of my little nephew. And so I get very emotional seeing so many kids here, and it's very gut-wrenching, like all of this that's happening, right? Because I'm an alumni of all these schools. I went to Workman Elementary, Sierra Vista Middle School, La Puente High School, and I used to walk. Like I would walk all the way from Angel and Maine to Sierra Vista because my grandparents took care of me. They could not drive. My grandma couldn't drive while my grandpa was driving. So she would tell me, you have to walk to school. So I can see like firsthand what it would be for kids like them to be walking right to these schools. So this is really just unfathomable, and I think it's a disgrace what the district has done. And that's why we're here, folks. That's why we're here, because we need to speak up. We need to speak up against this proposal that they had just passed yesterday. And that's why we're moving forward, hopefully getting community together to recall both Christine Salazar and Loera. So I'll say it one more time. Juan Jimenez Salazar Loera.
¡Fuera! ¡Fuera! ¡Fuera!
Juan Jimenez Salazar Loera. Fuera, fuera, fuera. Gracias a todos por venir. Buenas noches, okay? Have a good night, everybody. Gracias. Woohoo.